Hi everyone! Today we have a look into a great plugin by Arturia that is called Fragments. It's an audio effect that is based on granular synthesis and grabs the audio from a track and brings it into its buffer. Fragments is based on granular synthesis. So what actually happens is you can record a sound into the buffer and then you are able to manipulate little micro samples, and those are called grains. So with Fragments you are then able to modulate the grains in any direction that you want, and you can then create complete new sounds with it. Let's have now a look at the main controls. This is where the sound comes in. You have a white line and a yellow line. The yellow line is the playback line and the white line is the recording line. So if I play now my sound, you will see what happens. So here the audio comes in. Here on the left side, I can decide the intensity. This control is for your effects. I have here several effects that I can use. And over here is the feedback control, the grain volume, and also the grain mix. I'm also able here to freeze the sound. And then I can make different timings. This is grain capture, and with grain capture, you are able to say how the grains are played into the buffer. Are they moving forward or backwards? And you have also different modes. So you can see them over here. So you have speed, offset, and manual. This is your playhead. We have it now on speed. This is now on 0. Then the playhead is not moving. So if I move it forward, the playhead will move also faster. And when you move backwards, the playhead will go backwards. So you have also offset. Then there's a little delay between the record head and the playhead. And here's manual. And with manual, the playhead stays on one point. You can move it around like this. And then you can decide from where the granulation needs to happen. Here in the middle part, you see the grain release. And the grain release is actually the main part of the plugin. So you can decide how the density is of the grains, the size. So this is the duration of the grains, and the pitch. So you can also link density and size together, and then you have step lengths. You also can activate randomization. So you can do this for all of them, and you can also modulate them. You have also different pitch modes. There's a classic mode, which is this one. There's a texture one. You can use this one really for soundscapes or sound layers. And then you have the rhythmic one. To make more rhythmic granulation, it's also really cool to use this with drums. So we start now with the classic one, and I will play a little bit around so that you can hear what it does. So now we will check the advanced settings. To see the advanced settings, you just click here and then it opens up. Over here we see the grain quantization. So you can do quantization for transients or on a grid. So you see that it's changing here or off. And here we can decide how much width the grains have. Here you can change the direction. There's a bit crusher. You have different kinds of bit crushing that you can choose from. Here are different grain shapes. And this random fine adds a little bit of pitch, so this can be really nice for more lo-fi sounds. And we have also more settings for our effects. So you have more pen settings. You can choose different directions of your penning. There are 2 different kind of effects sections, so you can decide what you want to use over here. If you go to rhythmic mode, you see here a step sequencer. And I can decide how many grains per step are played, and also if they go backward, forward, to the left and to the right, or if I randomize them. Down below you see here function generators. You can also use an envelope follower or step sequencer, and here I can draw in how I want modulation to be happening. Here down below you see macro 1 and macro 2. They belong to those 2 knobs, and you can assign more parameters if you want, so that you can get more dramatic effects at the same time. So we'll make now some sound with this so that you can hear what it can do. I have also some drum sounds. And now I do grain mixing. We will listen now to the song without any effects from Fragments, and it sounds like this. So now with Fragments, so Fragments is on my arpeggios, on my pad, and on the drum sound. So it sounds now like this. And of course, in the end, you can also decide how much do I want this in my mix or not, or you automate the granulation into your song.